live Sunday, December 7th, the first football Sunday of December. And here we are, week 14. We've made it. Here to answer your questions if you have them. But I do have a question for you overall. This is something I always wrestle with when it comes to being the commissioner of a league. But what do you do? I think this is more of a problem in redraft and dynasty, but people who are out of it, who aren't setting a lineup. We have a situation in our listener league where someone who's out doesn't have a lineup fully set. They have, I think, 3 guys on a bye. Now I'm playing them, but so it doesn't really matter because we're both out. But we do league median, and it could affect that. And we have kind of 3 teams fighting for the last playoff spot. The one person who's out on the outside looking in is 1 point behind the 6th place team. And so, if they go, 2-0 and they go 1-1 or something, or 1-1 and 0-2, like they can make the playoffs, and it's affecting it, right? So, what do you do in that situation? Do you fix the roster, but you haven't really fixed rosters or checked them all year long? Do you just leave it and that's just how it goes? Like, what do we do in this scenario?
Yeah, I mean, it is tough because you haven't been checking it, right? And so it's kind of like, well, do you start now? Because there's like implications,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's not a good answer for that. I'd probably just leave it.
Yeah.
Mostly because the matchup itself doesn't matter. But
yeah,
it is a bummer though. Kick that person out of the league.
Yeah, I mean the matchup doesn't matter, but yeah, like I said, the league median. Like, what if this team could have been, the 6th highest scoring team, and then it affects the whole playoffs or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, probably doesn't matter, but it could, and it is a little frustrating. I mean, I've sent a reminder, but it's also like you said, like I said, I haven't done it all year. I haven't checked all year. So, I can't. This week is no more valuable than another week. It's just, the last week, right? So,
yeah,
I can't.
You sent whoever a reminder to set their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did indeed, but haven't seen any movement there. So we'll see though. Maybe they do. Maybe they do put someone in. I mean, they have some decent options to put in too. So hope it doesn't affect the playoffs there. But yeah, week 14, we got some weather. And I was looking at Kevin Roth, who's kind of the go-to weather guy for football and stuff. So he says, as of 23 minutes ago, there are no games today with wind issues. There's going to be rain. There's going to be snow. There's going to be bitter cold. Snowburst making its way towards Buffalo. Snow totals likely stay around or under an inch. We got rain in Florida, Jacksonville, and Tampa Bay. Says Jacksonville is almost certainly wet, but latest high-res models have the truly heavy downpours holding just north. Tampa is more interesting rain-wise with this batch of moisture slowly trekking that way. He's going to lower the impact level in Jacksonville, increase it a bit in Tampa Bay. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that, I guess, as we go. So we got some weather there. But any close calls for you?
I mean, this one, I think this is kind of an interesting one, but it really doesn't matter for my actual team. But all right, who would you start out of Godwin, DJ Moore, Christian Watson, and then I can also flex Kelsey or Brenton Strange?
You said Godwin, DJ Moore,
Christian Watson, Donovan Knight's in there too, I guess.
Godwin, Christian Watson,
Stranger Kelsey, basically.
Strangers, Kelsey. Probably God. Sorry. I don't know. I kind of lean Watson, but
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
probably
like
lean Watson.
it's like my third flex, so that's like a perfect spot for him to slot in. You know, it's like, oh, even if he doesn't
Yeah.
really do anything, it'll probably be fine.
Yeah, I'd probably go Watson there. So, I think I already kind of set everything that I need to set. So,
You're on it.
yeah, I had some time this morning. So, oh, I need to take out Travion Henderson in our redraft league, even though it doesn't really matter. Why is Blake Corum
Why is he
projected for 10 points?
Yeah, I know. I was actually looking at that too. I don't know.
Do I play Blake Corum and Kyron, or do I play Tootin or Bill? Or check the waiver wire.
I was like, yeah, do that.
Yeah, it's because Travion's on a bye. And Dunze being out.
Yeah. So we don't have any comments, or are they just not popping up for me? I see one.
No comments yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how it is, week 14, so
yeah.
Props in views. I mean, I can start Samaje Perine.
Yeah, that might not be a bad option. Who's Washington playing?
Washington?
You mentioned Bill.
Oh, they're playing Minnesota, but he's just not getting touches.
Yeah.
Bill.
I didn't realize his snap share fell quite so far the last 2 games. I knew Rodriguez was out playing him, but
yeah, probably just gonna drop him, pick up Perine, and start Perine. Actually, I don't even know if I needed to drop anyone, but it doesn't really matter. Guess I can pick up a handcuff here. Any good handcuffs? Not really.
Just nothing is working.
Yeah. Oh no, my roster is full. Yeah. I have another question for you. This is not fantasy or football related or anything, but so if you had, let's just say you had 2 teams and they had the exact, basically, or they do have the exact same record. I'm double checking that real quick. They have the exact same record. They're both 10-2. They both have 2 losses. Their best wins are very, very similar, like strength of schedule and stuff like that. They played each other, and one team beat the other, and now there's a debate on who's going to enter the playoff. It's not like the NFL, committee that chooses who joins the NFL. It's not just like record based and stuff like that.
Yeah,
for college football. So it's going to come down to these 2 teams probably for one of the spots. And they're both 10-2. They both had a very similar like strength of schedule. And would you put in the team that beat the other one, or would you put in the one that lost to them? Does it what seems logical to do there?
Yeah, it seems like you put the team in that won.
Yeah, seems like it, right? But it's probably not going to happen.
Is this what's happening in
yeah, it's Notre Dame and Miami are basically battling for one of the playoff spots, and it seems like Notre Dame's going to get put in, even though Miami beat Notre Dame. And it's not like Notre Dame has had a more impressive season. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting an interesting situation there. I'm trying to see who they beat them. It was the first week of the season, so it was a long time ago. But yeah, Notre Dame's like record or like their schedule is not that like they didn't beat one of the like the best teams in college football or anything like that either. So
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting. Weather an issue for Burrow. So it doesn't seem like I mean there's going to be some snow, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be crazy wind and anything like that. So I'm probably just going to roll with Burrow there.
Yeah.
So
Still Burrow. Yeah, you said less than an inch. So
yeah,
really even snow.
yeah. They said there's 2 minutes ago. He says in the end, this is Kevin Roth on Twitter. In the end, I don't think there's a single game on today's slate I would alter my fantasy lineup for based on weather. There's a lot of questionable close calls. But nothing really awful. Jacksonville, Tampa Bay games, increasing chance for rain late, but looks decent enough. Cleveland and Buffalo games, some snow, but not much else. Green Bay and Kansas City games, it's cold. That's not ideal, but not crippling either. So he's kind of like the guru when it comes to fantasy weather affecting games and stuff like that. And he gives like different levels of like red is like bench these guys and stuff. And he's basically saying he doesn't think weather's going to affect any of the games today. So, which is good to see. Although you always like a little weather. I know they're moving slowly to domes, outdoor stadiums in the NFL. How many outdoor stadiums are there? It says 20 to 22, but I feel like that's not right. I wonder if they're just like slowly moving the domes. I mean, I know Buffalo's building a new stadium. They're keeping it outdoors and stuff, but this is a non-PPR league. We don't get many of those, but a non-PPR league, 6 points per touchdown. Which two wide receivers would you start? Jefferson, Igbuka, Sutton, BTJ. Okay, so we need to start two of those guys. We're looking for touchdowns mostly.
Igbuka for one. Just touchdown upside. It's been a little while. Yeah, it's been a little while for him, but like he was really good at that earlier in the year. And
yeah, I mean, he has one since October 12th.
Yeah. I'm still throwing him back out there. One more week with no Evans.
I mean,
maybe he rips a big one. That's kind of what he was doing, right? Like even when he was good at the beginning of the year, he was like a one big play, kind of made his week for a few of those games. I remember one of them coming kind of late too, where it's like, dang, he just got like a 40-yard touchdown. So, but if he didn't get that, like that line was going to look kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd probably go Igbuka Jefferson still. Still go Justin Jefferson. Feels like there's a get right game coming here.
Yeah, I hope so. I kind of was leaning Sutton and Igbuka, honestly. I think that's my lean.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not like Sutton's been crazy with touchdowns either, too, since October 5th.
Yeah.
Did catch one last week. Jefferson, one. I think he has two all year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still just sometimes it's just like you got to just go the best players, and I think we overthink it sometimes. And Justin Jefferson's arguably the best wide receiver in the league, and there's obviously they know they need to get their shit together, and I think I'm okay with that. Plus, he's playing the Commanders, which is a pretty good matchup too. I don't know the other matchups, but I know the Commanders for the Vikings are pretty good there. So let's see here. Sutton has the Raiders, which is another good one too. So although I think they're like slightly better than like we think in our mind, but Which quarterback? So I'm going Jefferson, Ibuka. Brian's going Ibuka, Sutton. Which quarterback? Lamar, Burrow, or JD? I'm gonna go Lamar.
Okay, I'm going back to, or not back to. I'll start Burrow.
And then which tight end with Kittle on a bye? Waller or Fannin? Is this also non PPR standard? I assume it is, Ray. If it is, I'm gonna go Waller.
Yeah, I agree with that. If it's that same league, Waller probably has the better chance to get a touchdown. I don't know. When's the last time Cleveland threw a touchdown?
I think Fannin caught one last week, actually.
Yeah, I was just kind of being an asshole.
Yeah. Better matchup. They're playing in Miami, or is it Waller? No, they're playing at New York. But yeah, I'm gonna go Waller there. So yeah, on PPR. So yeah, I think that one's kind of a little bit of a toss up, just because like Fannin's out there a lot more. So he's theoretically has a better chance, but it seems like Tua kind of targets Waller in the red zone quite a lot. I want to say he had a red zone target even last week, but didn't bring it in. Dynasty contender. Give up Garrett Wilson at 27 first and Theo Johnson for Rashee Rice. Man, so he's good chance we don't. I mean, any news on Garrett Wilson? He's not playing this week. They placed him on IR, so he'll miss 3 to 4 weeks about 4 weeks ago. It feels like an overpay. It is an overpay, in my opinion. But you're trying to win, and you don't know if Garrett Wilson's going to help you this year, right?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's that crazy of an overpay. Like, I mean, Garrett Wilson, what we want from him, right, is to be basically Rashee Rice. But as far as like he's on a good offense and he's kind of the dude. We don't know what the hell the Jets situation is. Like, we're just kind of banking on talent there. But you need production as a contender, so I think you make the trade.
Yeah, which, by the way, like, just to give Garrett Wilson his props, he started off the season as a top 10 wide receiver in points per game, and then he got hurt. And that's including, I don't know if he got hurt in this game. He had 4 points. I'm going to double check here.
84% of the snaps.
Okay. So, and that's not counting, by the way, week 10. I mean, you can count it if you want. He had a goose egg. He played less than 40%. But the first 6 weeks before he got hurt, he was top 10. He was 7th overall and 10th in points per game. So he was playing well. He had 3 20-point games, another 19-point game, a 9-point game, and then a 4-point game. So I do think it's an overpay. But you're getting, a wide receiver who can help you win a championship. So at the end of the day, if you win a championship because you made this trade, I don't think you're really going to care that much. And Rashee Rice has been insane. He has his worst, he's played in 6 games this year. 4 of the 6 are over 20 points. By the way, over 23 points in PPR, 4 of the 6. Another one's over 18.5, and then another one at basically 10 points. Like, he's been insane. And he's probably going to continue to be insane. So, again, if you win a championship because of this, you're not going to care if you made this trade, And plus, you're still getting a piece that's, like, valuable. Getting sleeper updates or texts?
Why is that coming through?
Just a little bit. I just hear it, like, going off.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a little bit of both. It is like sitting right next to the microphone.
No worries. I was just like, damn, you're popular.
Yeah, last night we had a double birthday party / white elephant. So everyone's coming out of their alcoholic haze right now. posting
Did,
pictures and whatnot.
Did you get anything good?
Not really. I mean, I got the thing that I stole. It was a set of whiskey stones.
Nice.
Yeah. Throw them in the freezer, throw them in your drink. Can't complain.
So yeah, that's kind of where we stand there, Kevin. I do think it's an overpay, but again, if you win that championship because of it, I don't think you care too much. I'll drop Lawrence for a flex. Okay, Pitts or Burden in the flex. I'm gonna go Burden. I'm gonna trust Luther Burden this week. I think they're probably gonna have similar numbers. But I think Burden has a little bit more upside. So
I think I want Pitts. We are not on the same page today.
that's good. Any reason why?
I mean, just the involvement. I know Dunze is going to miss, but Pitts is already playing, 90% of the snaps. London's not there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the Burden call. I might actually start him. Like if I had to make the decision, it is tough. Because that matchup is probably a little juicier too. Potential shootout and stuff.
Whereas they both have tough defenses.
What's that?
They both have tough defenses, but I do think Seattle gives up a decent amount of points to tight ends. If I remember correctly, the way I look at it is like you kind of look at Pitts and Burden's numbers over the last 4 weeks, and they're basically the same. Pitts definitely has the best game, which was last week, 7 for 82, but 2 for 25, 2 for 14, 2 for 38. Burden's doing 3 for 46, 3 for 27, 3 for 51, and that's with Pitts already playing 90%, whereas Burden potentially could play 80%. So I guess that's kind of how I'm looking at it, is they've basically been the same player, with one of them not really playing nowhere near the other one. And that one player can now potentially, I don't know if he's going to, there's a good chance he doesn't. He just keeps his role and plays 50% of the snaps, but he might play 20, 30% more of the snaps. And, kind of do the math. He should be better. Right. But, doesn't guarantee it. So, Seattle, by the way, last 4 weeks, I don't know who they played, but fourth most points to tight ends, and they're fourth on the year. So they've basically been dead on the last 4 weeks versus last year. I know they have some tough tight ends there in Kittle and McBride. So that does play into it a bit. I don't know how many times they played Kittle, if it was once or twice, or if they've even played him at all, to be honest, because they play 49ers to end the year. They played him week 1, so they did play Kittle. But is that the game Kittle got hurt? Was it week 1? I think it was.
Yeah, I think so too.
But he went 4 for 25 with a touchdown. They've also played Juwan Johnson, who's up there this year. Schultz, Ertz, McBride twice. Yeah, so they've had a pretty decent one here. So I'm gonna go Burden. Frosty, for my reason. Brian's gonna go Pitts there. I was so stuck between Lamar and Burrow, and then Sutton or Ibuka. So if you're stuck between Sutton and Ibuka, and you want to start Jefferson, we both said Ibuka, if that changes anything there for you. So, maybe Ibuka and Jefferson's your answer if you want to listen to us. You're in second there. Yeah. I mean, you're adding one of the best pieces in fantasy. Flex Addison or Monungai? Jeez. I think it's Monungai for me.
Yeah.
Until we see something from McCarthy in the passing game,
Yeah, I mean, Addison's target share has been nice. 3 out of the last 4 weeks, but there's just nothing happening with it. It's like you can get targets all day, but if they're not even catchable balls, obviously, the last time he played with McCarthy, which would have been 2 weeks ago, I'm guessing, 1 target for no catches. So, yeah, we need life in Minnesota. So, start with that guy.
Yeah. Tough, though. Tough. Liam, Christian Watson or McLaurin? McLaurin for me.
Yeah, go right back to McLaurin. We sat him last week based on, let's see what he looks like coming back off a long stint of injuries throughout the season. Only 51% of the snaps, 14 targets, 7 catches, 96 yards and a touchdown. McLaurin's back and Jaden's playing. So,
yep, and a better matchup, I would think. Although I think the Vikings have been really Vikings number 1 on the year against wide receivers, and number 3 over the last month. So Vikings are good against receivers, but yeah, I'm still going to go McLaurin. Watson's still he's been producing, but he's still very touchdown dependent. He's just been scoring touchdowns. So, he has 3, but it's kind of what he does. He's a pretty good touchdown threat overall, just in terms of catch to touchdown ratio there. So, we're McLaurin.
How about this one? Rachaad White or Kamani Vidal?
Kamani.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be.
Yeah. I mean, what did Rachaad White do last week here?
Not a whole lot.
Bucky back. 3 catches.
Still 3 catches, but yeah. Tis.
I wonder, did they announce the college football playoffs here? Not yet.
I watched some college football yesterday.
Ohio State. With Big Dave.
Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, no, it was a good game. Ohio State went down, so it's always good to see.
Always.
You get to see future number 1 dynasty pick, potentially, Jeremiah Smith, who had a pretty big game, 8 for 144 in that game. Dude's a stud. You saw another guy in Carnell Tate, another receiver in Carnell Tate. He'll be a first-round pick in dynasty rookie drafts this coming year. He's kind of like the Ibuka, in terms of Ibuka was basically overshadowed his entire career from Marvin Harrison and maybe even a Garrett Wilson and stuff like that, and Olave and those guys, but still obviously really good. Carnell Tate's kind of like that, where he's been kind of overshadowed by Marvin Harrison and now Jeremiah Smith, but he's also really good too. Probably a first-round pick in the NFL draft. So Ohio State just churns those wide receivers out, man. They are wide receiver U, the new wide receiver U. It used to be Clemson. But Ohio State has taken that over. What's that?
I'm just looking at Jordan Love or Joe Burrow. I'm going to go Burrow. I'm still looking through my lineups. Slow morning.
I agree there.
I guess
this week we're going to try and do kind of a recap of our listener leagues. We haven't really done one all year. I think it would be nice to do it as we head into the playoffs, either Wednesday or Friday. So we'll try and figure that out. So be on the lookout for that. We got any drama in our listener leagues? I mean, I know I talked about our redraft league. We got some people fighting there. We got interesting one in Poseidon where the last playoff spot's coming down. The guys are tied. The guy currently in the 6th spot has about a 80-point lead in points in the tiebreaker. but he has a way tougher matchup. He started off tough. He's 30. He's a 34% chance to win. And the team he's fighting against has about a 50-50 chance there. So, and way easier matchup. It's going to be fun.
We'll see.
It'll be fun there. I've been trying to make trades with both those teams. Just trying to hey, make that push. Make that push. No drama really in Zeus besides the other bye. And I don't even know if it's that dramatic, really, because the guy in the current second seed, Yacht Possum, is playing probably the worst team in the league, and he's up by 2 points. So, not really a whole lot of drama in that league, unfortunately.
What a shame. Here, how about this one? You got to decide between two broken quarterbacks, Justin Herbert or Daniel Jones.
I mean, do you have a backup for Herbert?
Nope. So it's got to be Jones.
Yeah. I mean, can you pick up Lance?
Probably not. It's in Zeus. I think he's been rostered. I think he was drafted. We're pretty deep.
Yeah. If it's Dynasty, he should be still, I guess, in these deep leagues. It's weird when you type in Lance, it doesn't show up. Oh, yeah, it does. It's just all the way down there. Oh, I have him. I will go with Herbert, and if he doesn't play, I'll trade him to you for a fourth.
Yeah, how convenient.
I added him on waivers April 12th, so did not draft him.
I mean, that's pretty close to being drafted. He probably traded someone right away, or he probably traded away a pick or something like that, or
Taxi Squad.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if Taxi Squad was around at that point. No, I think I added it right after the draft. So, Denver defense at Vegas, Cleveland defense at Tennessee. Thanks for putting the matchups there. This is literally probably defense 1 and 2. So, there is potential weather in the Cleveland game. Is that the tiebreaker?
I don't know. It's hard if you're picking between those two. I mean, you probably can't really pick wrong, right? I mean, you will.
No, they're literally probably 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're 2 of the top 5 defenses in the league with really good matchups. I think Tennessee's slightly worse than Vegas.
Yeah, somehow.
And there's also potential weather in Cleveland with some snow. So I think I'm going to go Cleveland. But maybe you go if you're going to roster both, I would go Cleveland. If not, look at their playoff schedules and choose whoever has a better playoff schedule. We got Packers, Jags, Chiefs for the Broncos. And for the Browns, we got Bears, Bills. Bears, Bills, Steelers. I don't know who has better, to be honest. It's kind of I don't know. I think I just go Cleveland for this week.
Yeah. Is Aaron Jones going to play?
I don't think so.
Cloudy week.
He says he's cleared to play.
Yeah, no
good to go.
Designation. Okay. I was trying to decide between Jordan Mason. Oh, well, he was slotted in my lineup anyways. I'm starting both Bears running backs.
It's been good recently.
And Jay Moore. Yeah, I know. Dawson Knox. Jesus Christ.
Got to start 2 in PPR. Oh, go ahead.
No, nothing. I'm just reading.
Got to start 2 in PPR. We got Adonai Mitchell, Troy Franklin, Chris Rodriguez. So Adonai Mitchell, Troy Franklin, Chris Rodriguez, and then Zach Ertz. I think I'm Mitchell and Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin was kind of the easier one for me when I first saw the list, I guess. Coming off a down week and a bye, but the involvement was there. I'm sure he'll bounce back a little this week.
Well, I think I did remember that Pat Bryant started to play more. Yeah,
He did.
Franklin went down to 52% snap share, like you said, coming off the bye. Does that even lean a little bit more towards Pat Bryant? So a little concerning there.
Yeah. I think, I mean, definitely keep an eye on that this week, you know, but 1 week sample size. So,
Yeah, if you were worried about that, Jacob, I'd probably pivot to, I guess, Ertz.
yeah.
I don't like Rodriguez. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about Minnesota being really good against wide receivers. Let's see where they're at against tight ends. Kind of middle of the pack against tight ends for the last month and for the year as well. So yeah, it's for me, it's Mitchell and Franklin. If you're worried about Franklin and Pat Bryant playing a little bit more than him the last time we saw them, and they're coming off a bye, which tends to lean towards, okay, let's get the rookie even more involved. In Pat Bryant, then Ertz is the pivot there. Rodriguez is the ultimate trap back, on a questionable offense at this point. So, and trap back meaning he needs a touchdown, or you're going to be very disappointed. So, he has one catch this year. BTJ, Devin Neal, Aaron Jones. Speaking of Aaron Jones,
I think it is Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would order it Jones, Neal, BTJ, maybe BTJ for upside if you need it.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I know. I was thinking about that with like
Devin
80
Neal.
Mitch.
No, I was just
Go
gonna
ahead.
just Devin Neal over BTJ. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? That's
I
where
mean,
we're at.
I was thinking about that with AD Mitchell and just like how quickly, literally 2 weeks of like this, and AD Mitchell's like a top 24 wide receiver option, like it
Yeah.
just out of nowhere,
Yeah.
So it's pretty pretty amazing. But yeah, reverse order there for the rankings: Jones, Neal, BTJ, DJ Moore or Metcalf, ETN. Okay, so two separate ones. It looks like here. DJ Moore versus Metcalf. I'm probably gonna go Moore.
Yeah, I think I am too. Just Metcalf, man. We haven't seen it for a little while. Obviously, he could get a touchdown. What?
They did put Miami in over Notre Dame. That's amazing. Wow. I mean, it's the right move, but like,
Yeah.
it's also it's a TV show. Like, they need ratings, and Notre Dame brings the most ratings out of like basically any team, or it's up there. Like, so it's like if the NFL could choose to have the Cowboys in the playoffs every year, they would 100% do that. I guarantee you, the NFL wants the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Well, what does the script say?
Yeah, I mean,
We haven't
it's
talked
all about
about
ratings, man.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the script in a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that was fun for a couple years, but people are a little ridiculous with that. So yeah, we're DJ Moore there for the wide receivers. It's close though. It's close, but I think I'll be interested to see. The one thing I do know for sure with the Bears offense is that DJ Moore is going to be out there a lot in terms of their pass catchers. He already was with Odunze in there, and so he just should see more targets his way. Luther Burden, we don't know for sure, and stuff like that. DJ Moore, we do know he's going to be out there. And then ETN or Jalen Warren's a fun one.
I like ETN still. But yeah, it is fun.
I think I like Warren.
Well,
I think
you're
I
wrong.
like Warren there. PPR. What's Warren? But I know he hasn't really been catching a whole lot. He basically gives you two every game.
Yeah. And ETN's kind of good for that.
Yeah, most likely. Matchups. You got Colts for ETN, right? Colts are nothing really to be concerned about for running backs. They're middle of the pack. And Warren has the Ravens?
Yeah.
Ravens, really got to look at the Ravens over the last 4 weeks. They're about 12th-ish, 10th, 12th, right in there. So, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to lean better matchup, I do think ETN has the better matchup. So,
yeah,
that's fine if you want to. They're close enough to pivot to like the better matchup there. So, so DJ Moore, and then probably ETN. I might go Warren, but happy either way there. Good morning to you. Full PPR, need 1 wide receiver and 2 flex. Current starting Waddle, McConkey, and Kenneth Walker. Would you work in Devin Neal, Alec Pierce, Dobbs, or Addison with a good matchup? So you're talking about. So you're starting Waddle, McConkey, and Walker, and you're seeing if any of these guys should replace them.
Yeah, as a flex basically, because I think Waddle is kind of an easy one. Not necessarily over McConkey. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I would start any of those guys over.
I don't think either, honestly. Like Dobbs might have been interesting. I mean, we got Reed coming back this week, supposedly. And he just hasn't been getting the target share that we're used to for Dobbs. So
I would say Neal's probably, like, if I am going to replace someone, it would be like Neal for Walker, maybe, or McConkey. But I don't think I would do that. I think I'm just going to roll with those 3: Waddle, McConkey, Walker. But Neal for me would be my next up if you did feel like replacing one of them. And it's kind of a toss up between McConkey and Walker, who I would replace. But I think I would just roll with those 3. So.
What the hell? Tyrod Taylor over Jordan Love. Thanks, auto start.
Tyrod Taylor's going to be awesome. Yeah, although there is an argument for Herbert with a broken hand. And it could be Trey Lance playing.
Yeah, you're talking about to get away from McConkey.
Yeah. So if that did worry you there, who's your replacement there? Let's just say he's bothered by that. Are you going? You said Dobbs is your replacement?
No, I was thinking Dobbs, but it probably is Neal. Honestly, he's going to get the same amount of catches as Dobbs.
Probably. He's been pretty good catching the ball. So
yeah, 3 and 5 catches over since he's been the starter the last 2 weeks. So can't complain about that.
Yep. So if you're worried there, Steven or Stefan, Stefan or Steven? It should be Stefan, right? With the PH.
Sure. You're the language.
If you're worried about McConkey, then I would put Neal in, and I think it's a legit concern to be worried about McConkey. So, Metcalf or Warren?
No, same team, right? I think I'll start Warren there. I was wondering if that was an option. That was DJ Moore or Metcalf.
Yeah, so then going back to that, we're DJ Moore, ETN, Warren is our ranking there. I mean, not the further. I guess our ranking would probably be ETN, Warren, DJ Moore. I don't know, but we're starting ETN, Warren, DJ Moore, and Metcalf's out. We got a kicker question. I don't know because I don't play kickers anymore. Tyler Loop for Baltimore or Cameron Dicker? I'm gonna go Loop.
Yeah, I could not even give you a serious answer.
Well, I just go with. Dicker is playing indoors, in Los Angeles. Loop is playing outdoors in Baltimore, but I just think the Ravens have a better chance to put up more points. So I'm
Sure.
gonna go loop. Marv says BTJ and Judy or Brees Hall. Start
a
8
trade?
super flex. No, I think is. Oh, maybe it's a trade. Yeah. I would go BTJ, and I think I would still go BTJ over Brees
Over
Hall.
Brees Hall?
I think.
Crazy.
I mean, potentially. Like, how crazy am I? Like, I know Brian Thomas has been bad this year, but like, it's not like Brees has been amazing. He's been like an RB2, right? This year. So
Yeah, but
like,
at least he's getting something. I don't know.
no, I understand that, but we're talking dynasty.
Juicy matchup. Wait, so it is a trade?
Well, I think so, and it is dynasty. I would assume. Marv's a dynasty guy.
Yeah.
I know he plays redraft too, but I'm just thinking like in dynasty terms. BTJ's had one has played what 4 years now. One's played almost 2, and BTJ has the best season, right? I would assume out of the 2 of them, which was last year. And wide receivers are a little bit more safer to, and people value wide receivers a lot more in dynasty overall. A little bit safer to invest in. I don't know. I don't think it's. I think I still might leave BTJ. Also, BTJ has a good fantasy playoffs. He's going to be ranked over Brees Hall. Like that's all it really takes for BTJ is like a good stretch run there. So I mean, we were talking about BTJ as like a top 5 wide receiver heading into this year. I know we have to include what has happened this year, but like that's what we were talking BTJ as. You know,
you were talking about that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, the whole community was.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Kirk Cousins right now or Justin Herbert? Super flex must win.
Must win.
Yeah.
I guess you got to go Cousins.
Yeah. No pivot. No pivot option.
What league?
One of my dynasty startups from last year. One of Marty's leagues. 6 point per passing touchdown. Wait, they want me to start Devon Vele over Harold Fannin? What is that shit?
Marv says, what? I'm top of the 111 on top of the 111 can get me Brees? I wouldn't add much more.
Yeah. I have the team's 27 second, 202.
I mean, maybe a third, maybe his second if it's late.
Yeah. I mean, do you have the 211 also? You didn't mention it, but if he has.
Yeah, maybe the 211.
Yeah.
So wait, going back, you're on the Brees Hall side over BTJ.
I don't know. I would. I don't really have like a strong argument for it. I probably would just hold BTJ. I was thinking it more as a start sit thing.
Oh yeah, start sits for sure, Brees Hall.
Yeah, I know, but the and I was like, oh, like it seems like a grade.
Yeah, I wouldn't add too much more, Marv. Like, if you wanted to give him his 27 second back, I think it's kind of an overpay. But I also like Brees Hall. Again, just imagine Brees Hall going to a team next year. We're always going to say the Chiefs, but he goes to a team next year that we just love, and his value is going to shoot through the roof. Like he feels like a second contract, league winner type of guy. So, yeah, that's where we are there. Kevin says he countered getting a late second back and he accepted.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Garrett Wilson for Rice trade. Only feel a little. So wait, you got what did you end up getting then? You got Garrett Wilson and a second.
He got Rice
and a second.
And a late second for Garrett Wilson, a late first, and Theo Johnson.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice you were able to get that.
I know. I was kind of thinking, like, well, maybe you should ask for something back, but I didn't think you were going to get a late second necessarily. I figured the team was kind of like a non-contender, so I was thinking a third, so it's probably not too far back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that definitely make it not seem so much as like a desperation right now trade, which I still would have done anyways, I think.
Yeah.
Where we're at on that.
All right. Well, I think we're going to take off here. We'll be back Monday after the game and seeing if how you guys did, if you clinched the playoffs. We'll be looking ahead. We're going to do a listener league for our kind of recap here, listener league recap for some leagues here, either Wednesday or Friday. We did get some late questions here. Start Schultz or Kincaid playing through injury. I think I'm going to go Schultz. So I don't know. I don't trust Kincaid too much off an injury. He already doesn't play as much as you would think he plays. On the season, he's, just go look at his snap share. He doesn't have a snap share of 60% or more. So on the season, it's 41.5. So I'm going to go Schultz. He's been good this year and, better than expected. And I think he's going to play a lot more, and he's not dealing with an injury. So tougher matchup though for Schultz. Where are you going?
Yeah, I don't mind the Schultz thing. You just gave 4 really good reasons.
Marks, Charbonnet, Worthy, Franklin. PPR. It is PPR. I would say Marks over Charbonnet. I would say Marks over Worthy. So it comes down to Marks versus Franklin for me. I don't know. I guess I lean Marks slightly, but I don't mind Franklin either. So.
Yeah, my lean is Marks, but yeah, Franklin would be a close second.
Yeah. And then start Flowers or Kelsey, tight end premium is a 0.75.
Kelsey.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kelsey. If you could bond Hawkinson and Judy in a trade, who could we aim for? Oof. Trying to convert the value elsewhere. I don't know what those guys' value even have, Marv, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like you're getting 1 second for both of them, maybe. You might as well just
maybe. I don't even know if someone would do that. Yeah. Yeah, if I can't.
Especially if it's that same league, Marv, if it's a start 8. Wait, was it 14 team though?
Yeah.
Okay. So still yeah.
Trade Judy for Kelsey. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to compete, I think you are in this league, if I remember correctly. For sure, if you're trying to compete.
Yeah. I think
if you're not, I don't think so. I don't know. It's tricky with Kelsey. We don't know if he's going to be there or not. So, but join us during the week, Marv, if you haven't made that trade, and we'll talk through that a little bit more. So we are going to take off here. We appreciate everyone. Enjoy the games. Lineups are locking. So we will see you all on Monday.